Kenny and Toddy's toughest matchup.
Oh, really? Oh, and now we're changing it.
I think this is their toughest matchup. Oh, we're going back to
Foundation.
Oh, this is going to be interesting. Semis.
And Kenny, being aggressive, runs to his death. Clouts with the two-piece, picking up the same way he ended the very last round, getting 2 kills.
I think, you know what? But this is good that we did do boxes for the semis. We go right back to the boxes where we started off on round number 1. Well, right off to the mid where we started off round number 1, and then we can get back to the boxes for the final.
So Blaze, what type of strategy do you like going in here on Boxes Foundation?
So boxes. So for when it comes down to Boxes Foundation, I always think that you at least want one player heavily playing his right hand. You have a few offensive and defensive strategies that you can use. First off, your front spawn always kind of wants to take the box in the middle if he can.
Yes.
And then your second spawn can kind of follow his right hand. As you saw in that round, it was Kyle moving in towards that open area. Now, if you come down the other ramp, you can have your front spawn take that mid box and your right hand spawn take close. I think that's more of a defensive strategy because you're going to always be protected within the first few seconds of this round because you don't want things to get too messy and start off like Toddy is risk.
Yeah.
But it don't even matter because Kyle comes in and gets it done. There's only 60% damage on Toddy between that opening shot that we saw in that mid cover and what Kyle had put in. But onliners, they get it done.
I love how aggressive Kenny was, but he also made himself extremely vulnerable to Klaus. If Klaus was able to L trigger and shoot to his left, he would have landed at least 2 good shots on him. But he didn't have the time. Kyle died, and next thing you know the round ended fast. But things to learn from.
Both teams playing into that open area, but you saw it was throwdown. Using that right hand advantage very, very well that round, coming out on top. And it was Toddy who used that right hand advantage the previous round to win that one for his team.
So we're coming up on a trend now. This is 2 rounds in a row. We see that player go wide aggressively against Kyle.
So on this end, it's going to be Kenny who does that, right? It's Kenny who comes down, or it's going to be Toddy. Let's see. Does Toddy use his front spawn? No, he's going to hit that box. Kenny uses his right hand. Goes open. He gets a free shot. Toddy just needs to stay alive. Kyle goes down. So you're seeing that trend of just the advantages. Toddy just had not to die to Clouds. That's all he had to do was to just not die.
Yeah. So old teammates. In a 1v1, and Kenny bounces on top. 2-3. So one thing I'm noticing, the onliners, they switch positions every single round. Is that good or bad for chemistry? Like there's no type of consistency.
Well, granted, don't forget we're playing Gears of War here.
Yes.
And when it comes down to spawns and coming out of spawns, sometimes we know that all players need to be able to play all positions at times, So it could be a misroll off the beginning that will force Kenny and Toddy to have to switch those positions.
Kyle able to switch up with Klaus. Kyle getting the kill. Klaus going down. Kenny able to clutch it. Getting a double kill. And the taunt.
Looking like a hole-in-one.
I don't know how that happened. Klaus allowed himself to get so close to Kenny to where Kenny was able to get the easy down, and after that it was curtains.
So the best way to clutch those up if you're in them, after you get the first down, you always got to be ready to fight the next guy. You can't clean up the kill. You got to say, I got 7 seconds to kind of fight this guy, 10 seconds to fight this guy, while this dude is down, that's going to be, a clean fight until this guy has a chance of tapping up and going to fight once again.
Kyle goes deep wide. Kenny was able to bait him, and Toddy came in to help him out, but that's not going to matter with Klaus winning the 1v1 against Toddy. Can Kenny clutch it again? Kenny is dad. Kenny is dad right now.
It's a 2v2. He's been playing these 2v2 since Gears 2. All right, been in a gauntlet, Avalanche.
People always ask, Kenny runs around with the Lancer in 5v5s. They question if he still has it in him. Never left.
At this point, it's a running meme that I'm extremely biased towards Kenny, and I admit that, a little bit. Hey, it is.
You're a teammate. You know more about him than a lot of other people.
I got a long career, Kenny didn't won me some matches before that I'm forever grateful for.
I would never forget your match against the Insanes. That was Kenny's coming out moment.
Kenny didn't won me some maps before that I'm forever grateful for. So you right. I do gas Kenny up a lot, but it's rightfully so. Don't forget, this is a champion here.
Yeah.
Okay? This man was on your Season 1 championship team. Did we not forget? Let's not forget that. The accolades are there. All right? Always got to put respect where respect is due.
The full red. Kyle can be able to get the nice shot off, turns around, and Kenny gets cleaned up. Full red. There wasn't much for him to do. And Kyle being able to just stop his fight,
That was
turn
good.
around, and help Klaus out was so big. So what I'm starting to notice, like what Kyle did, which is so important, Kenny was the furthest away. With Kyle being, you know, mid-range between the fight and also his teammate, he was able to just hurry up and back up. There was no way Kenny was going to come back up to catch up to him.
Oh, that was a good brick there. Good isolation, great timing for Clouds on that active reload to put that shot in on Kenny. Now Toddy's trying to find a 1v1, but you got to always be expecting that Toddy's going to be playing for you to close the gap. Because what we notice is that players start saying, oh, I'm about to push, right? But the player that they're chasing turns around and chunks them.
Yeah.
Or turns around and puts some damage in. It's something that a lot of the optic gaming players do a lot, where they're just like, oh, you're chasing me, I'm going to turn around and chunk you. Like, I'm baiting you. Players need to understand that when a player is never necessarily running away, he's more so baiting you. You got to understand when one is actually running away and one is one baiting you. And sometimes that's the difference between top players, tier 1 players and tier 2 players.
The #1 rule between pros in every game, you do not chase kills, and Kyle goes down 6-5 for onliners. Hey, going strong, winning 4 in a row to really extend that lead, and then winning this one, throw down, 1 round away from tying it up.
Not Kyle, but Cloud's trying to take this game in his hands, trying to pull it out. He's gonna have that Barrett on deck. You know, so Black Steel Barrett powers are fully activated. That is a thing. Don't let somebody tell you anything different.
Let's see if it works. Oh, this is what he wants. He wants this.
Look at the Black Steel Barrett powers, y'all. Woo!
Kenny being knocked down to 45% Tody.
Granted, Black Steel Barrett will only make you 20% better. Now, for everybody, that does not make you 100% the perfect player, but for some it does. All right. For some, it gives them a little bit of that extra oomph. All right, like mental, it would make him 110% good.
Well, having an optic weapons game actually makes you somewhat better. I've seen it happen. Yeah, that was the rumor back in season 1.
Oh, really? Interesting. I didn't hear that one.
I've heard a few
times. But I believe it, though. I'm not gonna. Yeah, I believe it.
Klaus is going off right now.
That's what you need from him now. He needs to just take control over that mid area, over that box, and he's been controlling it. He's been matched up against Kenny, and once he takes Kenny out, at that point, it's the vets kind of just trying to outmaneuver Toddy. Use their skill to just best him and work those angles. But now, 6-7, throwdown, trying to tie. They have that right hand advantage. They have the pressure. Kyle goes down. Cloud's still up.
There you have it. There you have it. Even though that was 1v1 that he wanted, it was in chunk range. He wasn't able to clutch it up. 8-6 for onliners.
I don't think Kyle should have pushed there. You saw Kyle put himself in a difficult position. You got to let Clout work that right hand advantage into that open. That player in open with the right hand is in that power position. See what he can get. See what type of angles he can get. You have to play Toddy has to play defensive on his box. See how Kenny pushes up? Kenny says he has a leak, and that's when you push up to clean up that kill. The previous round, Kyle had did that a little bit too early, and he paid for it because that player didn't have enough damage in. He needed to allow Clouts to work that angle a little bit more. So what we're gonna do this round is that I want to watch Clouts. We're gonna watch him try to see if he takes this right hand advantage into open, and Kyle needs to have that patience. We'll see when they give each other the cue to try to put some pressure on and try to isolate one of these players into a 2v1. But here we go on the flip end. That's why I said, Clout, you have to play defensive on that box. He played it perfectly. They pushed Clout. He said, you know what? I'm going to hold off defensively. Whoever plays the box, no matter which player on the team it is, they have to play it defensively from that side. Allow the right-handed player to be aggressors. They pushed Clout. He got it down.
Yeah.
He put some damage in. By the end, Kyle was already working around the flank, and he was able to clean up that kill. So we're going to take that same concept and say that I want to see Kyle and Clout use their right hand more. So Kyle has to deliver. Oh, they're going to push it together.
Wow.
I like that.
Okay. Kyle's actually in a power position. They were able to get it down. Kyle finishes it up.
Oh, the quick revive, and that's what happens when you press X before you shoot. Now another 1v1. Can onliners do it? Will Toddy revive make the difference? It's 2 throwdown members. It's Clout and Kenny.
Kenny. He's got the best of this twice now. Can he make it a third?
Both at a 75% health versus 60% health. Kenny with the majority.
Kenny's holding that right hand advantage. I was close looking at a way to maneuver around that.
So both at 100 now. They're closing the gap, trading shots. They're going for the one shot, but Kenny had just a better strafe on that one and gets it done. 10-7. They throw down and send Throwdown out of this tournament.
All right, onliners will move on.